Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Jeez. Hi everyone and welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 81 of the Hope Show weekly live stream dedicated to 16 scale collecting in general, movies, TV, comedy. Well, okay, yeah, Ian's here. It's a bit of comedy going on. We'll bring everyone in. I'm absolutely making an absolute dog's dinner of the intro there. Could you hear me swear in the background?
No.
No?
Yes,
all right, that's all right. So, right, I don't know what it is. StreamYard did a little update, and for the last few weeks, I think I had it sorted, but I can see what I did now. Yeah, I can see it. And along the bottom, the default setting isn't this. The default setting is like some other one. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're here eventually. How are you getting on?
All good.
Good, yeah.
Anyone watching that Star Wars Celebration footage?
Yep, bits.
Good stuff.
Yeah, lots on YouTube.
Yeah. They're pretty good with the kind of like they do stream. So one of those streams like 8 hours. They did like day 1, day 2, day 3 live stream. Then they chopped them up into little bite-sized videos, so you could literally pick the actor or the star or whatever type of creative you wanted to listen to, interviewed or whatever combination or panel. It's pretty good. Like, they're on top of things. Then again, they're one of the biggest IPs in the world. So sure, whoever's organizing their YouTube is probably getting well paid. And yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to run through and address the chat really, really quickly before it gets out of hand. So we have 12-inch Moose Stream channel member. Hello, community collectors. I'm in traffic. Nightmare. Oh, the Boston Marathon. I saw some guy ran it in jeans and he ran it in 2:38. I'm listening in the car. Yeah, I'm listening in the car. He actually he spelt it like he speaks, that Boston accent. I'm not a quap. Yeah, thanks very much for being here, and I hope you get home soon. Tiny Art Guy. Bob obviously is here on stream. Evening Moose Stream collectors. You got Phil, channel member, panel member, wielder of said blue wrench. We got Vita, channel member as well. Thanks very much here for being here. Of course, we got Jim Collector as well. We have Caffeinated Comic Book Fan. Thanks very much for being here. We got Mark Mitchell, another channel member. Thank you very much for being here. We got Dogito as well. I was just actually listening to Geo on the replay when I was just getting slides ready today. Thanks very much for Geo for being here. Diehard Matrix fan, a man after my own heart. The Humble Collector UK is a regular around these parts. Mike Fella with the exclamation marks. We have Keith Lee, and we are up to date. Right, so I think we'll go straight into it. Will we go straight into the snap?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Why not? All right, so straight into the snap. If this is your first time joining us, which judging by the chat it isn't, I'm going to show the panelists and myself a series, 3 different photographs, and in each photograph there's 2 items, and you've got to choose which one gets Thanos snapped out of existence, never to be seen again by yourself. Alright, so the first one. I thought about kind of like side characters. I was watching Anthony Daniels get interviewed. The guy's 79. He's looking well. He's 79. He seems to be very, very tuned in. He looks healthy. He does look healthy. He's 79 years of age. But I was thinking, of kind of side characters, which obviously C-3PO, you could argue it is a main character, but it's not the main character. But just wanted to see how loyal people are to those kind of, we'll say, side characters from the original trilogy. So, everyone loves Chopper. Everyone loves C-3PO. But this is the figure, not the character. So you have a choice. You can own this C-3PO or that Chopper. You know what? I'm going to make it harder. You get to own an original C-3PO or a Chopper. Ian, what do you think? What would you get rid of?
This is really easy for me. I'm not a fan of Chopper, so he's gone. He doesn't
Not
do
a fan of
anything
war
for me.
criminals, no?
Sorry?
Not a fan of war criminals, no? I hear Chopper's a bit of a war criminal. Okay, that was easy for you. I agree with you. I would, get rid of Chopper. Yeah, working my way through Rebels, but I just don't have the connection. What about yourself, Bob?
I'd snap Chopper straight away. I don't know if it's a generational thing. I think maybe if I was a kid first starting off in Star Wars now, C-3PO might seem a bit old-fashioned and Chopper's cute and funny.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Jim?
I'd snap Chopper as well. Speaker, I haven't got the. I don't have enough C-3PO.
You're very low there, Jim. It's kind of hard to hear you. I'm going to increase your gain a bit there. I'm going to put you up to about 120 and see if it makes a difference. So you're going to snap Chopper as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out. The audio's a bit strange there. I don't know, did you change something? But take a look at it there, and we'll come back to you. So Jim's everyone is so far snapping away Chopper out of existence. What about yourself, Phil?
I like Chopper. I think he's a really fun character, but he'll always be OT for me. So snap Chopper.
Yeah, we got a clean sweep on that. That was the easy one. They get progressively more difficult. We're sticking with C-3PO, but now we do have a fan favorite in K2SO, and you can say whichever one this wants. It can be the Rogue One branded one, it can be the Andor Season 2. Back to you, Ian.
Yeah, that's getting a bit more difficult. I agree with you. But it's OT, so snapping K2.
Okay, and I'll go straight after Ian. I agree as well. Yeah, K2 is very, very... I like K2. I'm not going to go on to it. Yeah, gone. Good luck. I'll keep C-3PO there. What do you think, Bob?
I'm an OT man as well, but I think K2 is just one of my favourite recent Star Wars characters, let alone droids. So I think I'd have to snap C-3PO.
Okay, interesting. Didn't see that coming. Good. I like the variation. What do you think, Jim?
Can you hear me now?
Much clearer, yeah. Crystal.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I would snap in this case. Actually, I thought this would be easy and I'd just be able to roll it off, but this is a tough one. I'd probably snap K2SO and keep C-3PO.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah. What about yourself, Philip?
Again, I'm an OT guy, but Rogue One is probably my favourite Star Wars film, so it's quite a tough one for me, but I would have to snap K2.
Okay, right. And then we're back over to the actual difficult one. In fairness, like...
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Such a good film.
You and my brother R2. I'll jump on the grenade here on this one. So the choice is, to be clear, never own a original trilogy officially licensed Hot Toys C-3PO or an original trilogy officially licensed R2. I prefer R2, and I think R2 is easier to pair with things. For example, R2 next to any Luke will work. R2 next to Leia. Imagine that's just like a New Hope Leia with an R2. It's easier to pair R2, I think, with different characters. Like put R2 next to the Mando Luke there with the lightsaber. Put R2 next to Bespin Luke. Put any Luke really. Yeah, I'd have to snap C-3PO there. Sorry, Anthony, but yeah. Ian.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same wavelength as you in terms of how you've decided that. I'm snapping C-3PO. As you said, if it's figure R2, you put him with Obi-Wan, just so much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other, non-licensed C-3POs if we can bend the rules.
Why do you always want to bend the rules? Were you a little shit in school? I bet you were. I bet you were. I just, yeah. I remember, I'm not going to tell you this person's name, but like years and years ago, I wasn't in the class, but in the school I went to as a kid, as a teenager, there was a physics class. Now, I'm going to have to change the name of the people involved here, but we'll just say that the student involved was Mike. But Mike was talking and laughing and making smart comments, and the teacher had corrected him multiple times. And she just had it. She just had just completely lost it and went, "Michael, is that all you can do? Talk and laugh and make stupid comments?" And he stood up and he goes, "No, miss, I can dance as well." Like the class, even the nice kids, like one of my mates, several of my mates were in the physics class, and they just said it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen, because even like the really straight laced kids were struggling to hold it together. The class just erupted, like, "Get out!" Oh, it was funny. I wasn't there, but like I the way it's described to me, it always gets a kick. It's a good one when we meet up for Christmas, whatever. But yeah, that was Michael. All names have been changed. Any similarities to any story of yours completely coincidence? All right, let's get rid of this. We're going to very quickly address the chat again. Just keeps up to date. Did I ask everyone this today? Did you get a shot at this, Jim?
I don't think anyone went, did they?
I don't think this. Sorry, myself and Ian. Sorry, Bob.
Yeah,
that's all that matters, though, Shane.
I'm sorry, lads. I'm sorry.
He's starting already, isn't he?
That is incorrect. Okay, go on.
I think we're all going to say the same, but I'm going to snap C-3PO because R2, just the scenes with R2 in are just, so many comedy scenes that he's in throughout the movie, all the movies. So definitely keep an R2.
Yeah, R2 is kind of like more. C-3PO is like the straight-laced, sensible one, and R2 is the more throw caution to the wind, like, a bit more of a rebellious streak in it. Not quite as much as Chopper, I'd imagine. But what about yourself, Jim?
Yeah, I'd snap C-3PO. Kind of along the lines you were saying, you can pair R2 with, even Anakin, and to an extent even Obi-Wan or Padme or anything. So he's a lot more versatile and a bit, I'd say, slightly more iconic than C-3PO.
Yeah, I think so. I'd agree.
Edge.
Yeah. It just has maybe the edge. What do you think, Phil?
Weirdly, I was probably looking forward to getting C-3PO more than I was R2, but in terms of snapping them, then yeah, C-3PO would be gone. As you say,
is it because C-3PO we were waiting for so long to get one, and whereas there was multiple R2s? Is that maybe?
I think probably
could be.
That's probably the kicker. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, folks. So that's the snap done and dusted. So we're just gonna take a look at some of these comments there's the catching up on. All right, so who do we have? Jordy is in the building as well. Ian, of course, as well, saying hello to Mike Fiala, exclamation mark Mike. Thalia Meyer all the way from Germany. This is how we're starting, focus. I guess I'll snap 3PO. Yeah, there was a lot of this, the old snapping 3PO done there. Of course, Dogito is here. I mentioned that already. People are coming in with their kind of thoughts on the various different Field of Burn is here as well, and their thoughts on the various different snaps. Jim's audio was a bit choppy. He sounded like C-3PO at one point, but he's back and he's smooth as silk now. Who else do we have? I'm just like, we got Tally Meyer, of course. Dogito says, playing dirty at 1/6 figure focus. I gotta keep R2. Yeah, I was in the same. It's we can't make them too easy. Angry Dog Hobby. Hello guys. Do you think it's time for Hot Toys to announce the pre-order Predator 2.0 concept? Predator 2.0 jungle maybe? I'd rather just I wouldn't want a concept. I'd want a jungle hunter. Like, I don't really, not into the concept stuff, but maybe that's what you meant. And what about Terminator and Alien figures? We can live in hope. Jose G. Hernandez. Hi everyone. Sorry I'm not there. Stuck at work. Silly work. Quit your job. Sell your soul, Jose. Thanks very much for checking in. Of course, Gio saying Senor Jose. Senor Plus. And I think I just want to make sure if there's anyone else that I've missed along the way. I don't think so. If there is, please let me know. All right, so what do you want to talk about? We'll go Jim. You can decide, Jim. Why is this not showing now?
Oh.
This is, sorry, there we go. Eventually, sorry.
Awesome.
What you think, Jim?
Should we do? Let's do Scarecrow. Should we do him, or did you want to leave until later?
No, I'm trying to. It's just Facebook isn't opening for me. Give me 1 second, and I'll get. Here we go. All right. This is 200. This is due to release quarter 3 of next year, 2026. It is $280. It is a 2.0, and I'm just going to present it here for you as well. And we have it ready here. Okay, so you should be able to see it now. There we go. All right. What do you think, Jim?
I mean, the thing for me on this is the Cillian Murphy head sculpt, right? That's just
Killian.
I would
Killian.
say.
Killian.
Is it Killian? I'm
it's
always
Killian.
going back and forth in that. Always going back.
No,
and forth.
think about it. It's just like as if you're trying to, if you're trying to say kill someone. Like it's
Oh gosh.
yeah, Cillian Murphy. That photo was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The mask is really good.
Yeah.
Is it a canvas mask, or is it sculpted?
I think it's sculpted.
It must be, mustn't it?
So this is.
Yeah.
I think the likeness is better with the glasses on, but I still think it's good.
I do.
Sorry, you were talking
I
about
do.
the sculpt.
Yeah, I think this is probably pretty close to a 10 on 10 sculpt wise for a proto. I'm assuming this is obviously just a proto, but and I had to remind myself because obviously he looks quite full in the face in this, whereas in what we're used to seeing him like Peaky Blinders and that he's a bit more gaunt looking almost.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this he's still quite young. I'm not sure how old he is, but he looks quite young in this. And I think like his likeness from that film, I think they pretty much nailed it, to be honest. Really good. The sculpted hair on this I quite like as well. It looks pretty good. This is kind of the sculpted hair I'd expect to see from Hot Toys. Nice detailing. The different strands look really good. Maybe it's just better photographs in this, but no, this looks phenomenal.
I think we see this a lot where with characters that have like darker brown or maybe black hair, the way they're lit, it looks like there's strands of grey in the hair. I think that's just whatever way that they're lit. Maybe they're lit with white light from above or something like that, and then when you see them in hand, the hair is darker and it looks a bit better. That's what I think. I think we saw that with something recently as well. I can't remember what figure we saw it recently the last few weeks, but is it something you're interested in picking up, or are you? Does this line appeal to you?
This is too deep in the line for me to like collect, to be honest. But I appreciate how good it looks. I think they've done well because I think this is a figure they could have easily phoned in, as we see them do sometimes, and I think they've done this justice, which is good to see from Hot Toys. Yeah. So I think it's
like
some good brownie points for them.
There. Yeah, because
the forehead creases.
Yeah, they do better with kind of like older gentlemen, or even more older gentlemen who like say are blue or something like that, like Yondu or something like that. But they or Thanos, like they're great Thanos, but. I think they're getting better at sculpting those fresh face characters like the Tom Holland final swing suit, or in this case Cillian Murphy, because this is 20 years ago. This movie came out in 2005. It's 20 years ago. I'm surprised there isn't more like buzz around for the 20-year anniversary of Batman Begins. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Surprised this wasn't branded 20-year anniversary of Batman Begins.
Actually.
Do you know?
Maybe they're holding out, but
yeah,
maybe they're just tired of failing on that Batman from that film.
Yeah, like and there's no reason. Like they have the capabilities if they put their A team on it. I'm just gonna flick through to this photo here. So this is $280, due for release in 2026, quarter 2, quarter 3. You get 3 head sculpts. You get the unmasked Cillian Murphy head sculpt with separate rolling eyeballs function. You have the head sculpt with the Scarecrow mask, or the burlap sack. I believe it's. Is this something they used to store grain in? Is that where it comes from? I think maybe this is what the farmers stored the grain in, and then
Friday the
they
13th.
used. Would that be? That kind of makes sense,
I
doesn't
think
it?
it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's obviously I think it's sculpted, but I was struggling to see the difference between the two masks, but then I realized one is like as if you're looking at him after taking the fear toxin, and the bottom one is full of maggots and the top one isn't. But 3 sculpts, separate rolling eyeballs function on each, I believe. You get a little lighter with a tiny little flame, which I don't usually go in for these plastic effects, but I do actually think that's quite nice. The torch could have taken or left that, but I'd rather have it than not have it. Really, really like the inclusion of the wrist dispenser for the fear toxin and the device on his right hip. Nice touch. Glasses look well. Suitcase. Come on, 1/6 scale suitcase. It's all about the details. Smoke effect I could take or leave. And then the base, likewise, and then a bunch of swap on hands. And they've been generous enough with the hands, or giving us the proper amount. So I think there's value here for 280. I'm definitely in on this. Anyone else want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, for me, it was pre-ordered. It was a bit of a, in the group chat, I was just really hacked off that didn't have the straight jacket. Really hacked off, but I calmed down. The head sculpt is incredible. Prototype. The other thing that stands out for me is the glasses. I've got enough figures where the glasses are quite poor or poor fitting.
Like
These
the Terminator.
look exceptional. So just that detail that's there, I think they look really good. But yeah, I mean, I would never have thought about displaying Dr. Crane's head sculpt, but it's that good. It gives you the option. I'm holding the suitcase with the mask. I would like the straight jacket on that's kind of open and his head sculpt. That would be my desired pose. So I know I can pick up the straight jacket on its own. So I think I'm going to do that just to give the options for me.
I'd be surprised if a company like Topo or someone doesn't do their own version.
Yeah, definitely will. And the big difference from the 1.0, I never owned the 1.0, but I did see it in person. The tailoring wasn't great. I mean, the big difference on the tie, the knitted sock tie, it's a lot better tailoring. I mean, talk about a proper 2.0.
Yeah, this is funny. Like I typically don't go for civilian characters. Like I'd make exceptions for if INART ever get their ass in gear and do the Dark Knight, the DX19 style suit, and do a 2-pack with a Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne. That would be something I'd make an exception for. But in general, I don't typically get the disguise version of them. Like the Clark Kents, the Bruce Waynes, the Matt Murdochs, it's because it's my space is limited, money's limited, and yet but with this one here, you've so many different ways of displaying it. Like you have the full-on Scarecrow look, which I think is incredible looking. This one here is the photo that got me. Full-on Scarecrow, has the mask on. You can see the device and the wrist and the hip. That looks great. Wristwatch as well. Nice little inclusion. Tie looks fantastic. I actually really like the tie, as in its fashion as well. It's a sock tie, I think it's called, because it's cut off in the end. I think that's what it's called. It's a knitted as well. The tie actually stood out to me as one of the examples of how good the tailoring was. Then you could have him half Scarecrow, on the way with the briefcase. This is funny though. This is like the guy that's lost his job but hasn't told his wife and has still been leaving the house at 8:30 every morning. Oh, honey, I'm off to work, but he's trying to find work, like your man in the Full Monty. Did you ever see, a character? Yeah. But Gerald or something, I don't know what his name was, but sorry, you've already pre-ordered this, Ian, haven't you?
Yep. I've pre-ordered it. It just looks better and better every time I look at it, and I'm all in on the Dark Knight figures, the official licensed ones. Apart from Catwoman, it's the only one I've not got because I just don't like the quality of the figure. But everything else I've got, even Spectre Gordon. So yeah, looking forward to this.
Good stuff. Anyone else on the panel drop pre-order in this? I'll be dropping 6 pre-orders this week. I've been building them up. I have my pre-order list down to 7, and there was ones that I was just I was kind of shopping around, and eventually got my prices and brought them to Line-Rock, and I was like, "Can you do better than this?" And they did. So this week I'll be officially pre-ordering the Battling Deadpool, the clean T-800 from Terminator 2, the TIE Fighter Pilot, Andor K2SO, and this fella. So I suppose that it's 20% up front, so it'll be the price of a figure really. So it doesn't sound as bad. It's not like I'm paying them all in full. They asked 20%, and that's fine. That's reasonable. Like, at least you're getting 20% paid off, and I don't mind doing that. At least you get. I like to have something paid off, like, and I can always send money. But like, I wouldn't normally order that many, but it's because I hadn't pre-ordered anything in a long time that I let them build up, and I was looking for a price, whatever. But yeah, this guy is coming home. What do you think, Bob? Any interest in this, or is this your cup of tea? Or?
It kind of wasn't until I saw the quality of it. I'd be fighting myself over whether to use. I'm a big Cillian Murphy fan from 28 Days Later. Just think he's a brilliant actor, and I think that head sculpt's spot on. I echo a bit what Ian said, really. Having seen some quite hideous glasses on characters before, it seems, I'm presumably the glasses cleverly glide on with the arms underneath the styled hair, so they don't show when he's not wearing them, the holes. And I think the suit, as far as these pictures are concerned, I think the suit lies so well on his body when you see it done up. It actually looks like it's hanging like a proper suit, and he's obviously quite slim in this, and it emphasizes that, whereas a lot of characters in suits, I'm thinking of like American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, it kind of widens them out unnecessarily, whereas this just seems to lie like a proper suit. So I'm not getting it, but I think it's a brilliant thing. And I like to say the masked and the unmasked head sculpt. If I was going to get it, I'd have to get 2, I think. But
yeah, Ben Thomas said that in his pre-order video, and I said I had to have an intervention with him. That I think this is one of those figures that, like, it comes at a lot, but this is a perfect opportunity to save a bit of space and save a bit of money and just buy the one, but then engage in your collection every few weeks. I mean, not maybe every few months. Go, right, I'm going to repost this, because a lot of the accessories just end up in the box. I just have to address something really quickly. We got Ryan Jetta Patrol in the building talking absolute nonsense. Right?
Catch your cell phone.
Ryan, if I called this Cody and put a helmet on it, you'd be interested then, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. He's a clone addict. Thanks very much for watching. Do appreciate it, but I gotta strongly disagree with you on this one. I love just one of my own, man. Oscar winner, Cillian Murphy, from the greatest trilogy ever made, man. In my opinion. Bob, do you have any other final thoughts on this, or you're not picking it up, but you like the tailoring?
That's me. Cool. Yeah, I just think it's a cracking looking figure.
Yeah. Jim, Philip, anyone?
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, I'm still just convincing myself not to order it at the moment, because, like Jim mentioned earlier, it's so deep into the line, and I literally have no Dark Knight characters at this point. But then that's why I reached out to you and said, do you really think we should get this? Well, not we, because I know you're going to get it, but so I haven't pre-ordered yet. I may wait out the storm and hope that the price drops. I mean, the price is good, to be fair. The 3 sculpts are amazing, absolutely amazing. And the shameful thing for me is that I would probably display it with the sack sculpt as opposed to the head. But
I was trying really hard not to laugh
at the sack.
But then I could hear Ian's thoughts, and I was just like, no. Anyway, yeah. You could have said mask, but you knew what you were doing. Anyway, so you wouldn't display it with the scrotum on the head, no?
Not at all.
Okay. Right.
No, it would have the scrotum on the head.
Okay.
On the shoulders.
You wouldn't actually display it with the Cillian Murphy head sculpt?
No, but like you've just mentioned, you'd have to rotate every few weeks because it'd be such a waste not to display the Killian head sculpt as well.
Yeah, you could have him holding the sack.
Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. What? Michael? I can't remember Michael Jackson. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Do you remember Bo Selecta?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
That was good. What about yourself, Jim?
This is not something that I would add to my collection that I would pick up, but it does look pretty good. I didn't realise that it came with free sculpts. That's amazing. And considering it's not a DX or an Artisan, for example, that's quite impressive.
In fairness, K2, Andor, and this, like, that's in the space of a week where we got 3 figures which are, pretty... Okay, K2 is kind of more like a 2.0, but it's still, a fan favorite. But, like, 2 relatively new figures. I know that they've done a 1.0 on this, but it's a long time ago, and this is significantly better and has a head sculpt and yada yada. But they're like, when in the space of a week, 3 very good announcements that sculpted hair for 2 of them. No cues, no artisan, and still a lot of hype. It's good to see. Yeah. What retailers do you pre-order from? Look, we'll do a round robin in this. I go through Lion Rock Toys. They're a Hong Kong based reseller. I order them, buy from whoever you like. Always do your own research and, make sure you've done your due diligence and looked at reviews and stuff like that. Full disclosure, I get cheaper prices because I review from them, so I can't be any more honest than that and transparent than that. But that's who I go from. I have gone through from Toys Buying Agent before. I find them quite good, sometimes Kit. Ian, what about yourself?
Yeah, I pretty much use everybody for this one. I used KG Hobby. I pre-ordered my first figure with Toys Assemble at the weekend. So obviously holiday weekend, it shipped today. It arrives Wednesday. Unbelievably quick. So yeah, kit I ordered from Lion Rock. I kind of, based on a really deep order history from Toys Wonderland, I no longer buy from one company. I spread it about.
Yeah. It's a good idea. No loyalty. What about Bob? Who do you go from? Who do you buy from?
I generally go for Lee at The Good, the Bad, and the Robots. He's never let me down. He's sometimes a few weeks later than others, but if you're not in a rush, I've just found him to be super reliable, nice chat. That's where I go.
Good stuff. What about yourself, Jim?
I'm like Ian. I use a few different people. Toys on Fire are quite good. 1/6 kit. I've used one called One Man's Hobby as well. They're pretty good. So yeah, KG Hobby as well. I can back on them. So it's generally a few different places. I was also burnt by Toys Wonderland once, so I like to spread it out as well.
And Phil?
Well, my current POs are with Toys on Fire, Lion Rock, 1/6 kit, but I've used Toys Buying Agent, KG Hobby, Pop Collectibles as well.
Who did you buy? What did you buy from Lion Rock? I think we remember having a discussion.
I PO'd the 46, the X46, is it? The Terminator?
Oh, right. That's the battle damage one. Yeah,
the battle damage. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hope that answered your questions, Martin Cooper. Jose, hashtag get Shane to buy Maul. He says Shane plus Maul plus Speeder equals happiness. I heard Jose's buying me this for my birthday. The new one, not the 1.0 now, Jose. And don't scrimp. We want the Sith Speeder as well. Like, no, I couldn't possibly buy that. Thanks for being here. Ryan is saying, bring me a Thomas Shelby. Now look, a man of culture. Bring me Thomas Shelby, then we can talk. I actually have one. It's by Big Chief Studios. I'd be lying to you if I said it was an incredible figure. The likeness is there, but it's quite soft. They're also gone under, so it'd probably be hard to get. But comes with a lot of really nice accessories. The tailoring could be a bit better as well. But for a figure that has a lot of layers, it's I still quite like it. It's just not. I'd be lying if I said if it was an incredible figure. But I do like it
as well, didn't they?
They did Arthur. I have Arthur and I have I have Tommy Shelby as well. The regular editions weren't limited and didn't come with this, like, it was a big kind of like a submachine gun. But Tommy came with a submachine gun, which is, I think, one of the coolest accessories. And then Arthur had some special accessories as well. But the coolest thing was the limited editions were limited to 400 each. And look, that's not why I collect, but they were signed. They had a plaque. So the Tommy Shelby one, the limited edition one, came with an extra submachine gun. A plaque, was limited to 400 and had Cillian Murphy's actual signature on, and it was numbered as well. So I wanted to get the two of them, but I saw the price and I was like, for the quality of the figure, I don't think it was worth it. But then I logged in a few months later and I was like, whoa, these are now cheaper than the regular version. Ordered the two of them. They arrived without a glitch. Basically got two of them for the price of one. I was like, what is going on? It was like a summer sale. That's what it was promoted as in summer of 2023. And then like that September, they announced they're gone. So they were obviously just getting rid of stuff. I just got it at the right time and they're gone now. They're gone under. Yeah, Tommy Shelby, yeah, you never know. With the movie coming out, maybe Hot Toys, and now the Big Chief Studios are gone, maybe the license is up for grabs, and I would like to see a better version of them, but look, it has a signature as well. Like, I can't possibly get rid of it. Like, it's yeah, and he's one of ours. So yeah, I hope that happens. Scolio reset on the plus side. He can look like a young Shelby. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's just too young. And also, if you look at Shelby, I don't know that they get him in a training program or something, because he looks extra lean there. Like, he looks kind of more like a really lightweight boxer's build, like a featherweight boxer's build. Like, not like super skinny. He's a little bit of lean muscle. Whereas, say, in Oppenheimer, he looks gaunt. And you can see a lot of cheekbones. Whereas in this, his face, I think, is too young and just a little bit too full for a Tommy Shelby, a young Tommy Shelby, I think. But look, maybe people kit bash it up and it looks fantastic. Look, but did I accidentally join and? Oh yeah, right, yeah. No. We were just talking about burlap sacks. Hey now, Noir Kaiser FX says, how are you doing? Sideshow says 2 sculpts. No, I think it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's the Cillian Murphy head sculpt. 2 different burlap sacks. Then that was a Temu autograph from Cillian Murphy. Man, I'm gonna watch stuff. No, it's grand, because he had what happened? There was something. It's under social media as well, where they had him come into the studio and sign all the plaques and stuff like that. So it was like I can't remember what it was, but I think they had a photo of him in the studio and whatever like that. So it's I think it was pre-Oppenheimer, before he went absolutely interstellar type of fandom or fame. Akira, this man from the north of Ireland, Scarecrow looks incredible. PO for sure. Really hoping the glasses turn out as well during production. And then Moose Streams, a member for 24 months. Thank you very much. Thanks, Shane, for your worry. I'm out of the city. Thanks for snickering. Maca. You literally wrote it, Moose, like you speak. It's the Boston accent. You're typing. You not only speak but a Boston accent, you type with a Boston accent. Lot PO, Scarecrow. Do you think you need a topo suit? I don't think you need a topo suit for this, Moose. I think the suit's quite good on this one. Now, if you're talking about Bob Dylan trying to get me to buy a topo suit for a Kane figure that I don't even have, that's a different story, because Bob Dylan, I think I've sold my soul away. I'm going to have to make him excommunicado. Is it just me or the pants too long? I don't think so. It was 20 years ago. Like, it wasn't as fitted as clothes are now, you know? I think that's, like, I don't think they were baggy suits, but there was definitely more space in them. They weren't, like, these custom fit, tailored, skinny fit, slim fit suits. Like, you see for the last like 10 years or 20 years even. But like
He's
all
a
right,
poor he's a poor doctor, Shane. It's hardly going to be a Tom Ford suit.
yeah. Although I think doctors get paid quite well though, especially ones for Arkham. I wouldn't thought he'd be having. Well, he was getting paid by the mob anyway. Like he could have got a Tom.
Should
Ford
punt
suit.
Lucy over there then.
Yeah, there you go. Lucy's busy with her own rogue gallery. Total of one.
That's true.
Why the hell no straitjacket? You're beginning to sound like Ian. Yeah, like Ian's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I think they're doing that. We've seen this before though, haven't we? Like when they do a 2.0, and I've heard collectors speculate to preserve the integrity of the 1.0, they leave one tiny thing out. I don't think it really does preserve the integrity. It's more just annoying. Like the DX19 should have came with the backpack from The Dark Knight. You know what I mean? All right, we move on.
All good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Ian, what you want to talk about?
That was great timing.
Let's go for Andor Season 2.
Okay, so with the okay, tomorrow night, I believe it's premiering on the 22nd of April, which is tomorrow, at 9 p.m. East Coast. Who wants to explain why that's a problem for everyone in Ireland and the UK, Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales? Anyone want to jump on that grenade, lads?
It's
It takes the
2
piss.
2 a.m.
It's what? 2 a.m. Yeah.
2 a.m. Yep.
So it's like,
All right.
I wish they could coordinate it. That it's 9. It drops at 9 p.m. in the different time zones. Yeah, I know it will be dropping at like different times then, and not synonymous. I get that. Like, but I mean, like, what difference would it really make? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think it'd be better if, like, if it was 9 p.m. like Ireland time, and you have a Disney Plus Ireland and your geolocation is Ireland, it should be 9 p.m. bang, because that's like an optimum time to watch TV or whatever. Like a lot of I presume Disney are dropping at 9 p.m. East Coast because some of their data suggests that's, you know, like, you know, when you log into YouTube and you have like analytics and it's like, okay, when are most of your viewers online, and it'll give you all the different times. I presume they've done the research in that's why it is, and I suppose it's an American IP and all that. I get that, but it is a bit like, you have to wait until 2 o'clock in the morning. People have work the next morning, or you just wait until Wednesday. I know it's a first world problem, but like, I'm on Collecting Weekly tomorrow at 2:30, and then that'll finish at 5 o'clock, and I could stay up, but I'm not going to stay up any later. 5 a.m. is already pushing it. Like, I'm not, if I stay up for another like 2.5 hours, 7 o'clock, and then you're just wrote off the next day. Whereas at least if I go to sleep, and yeah, it's a first world problem, I know, but like, you know, what do you think? Are you going to watch it on the Wednesday, or is anyone actually going to stay up?
No.
No.
I'll be up
No
at
chance.
6 o'clock and watch it all before I start work. So
you'll go to bed early or at a reasonable hour, and then get up and watch it for. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What about what's your plan, Bob?
Yeah, I'll be watching it with breakfast on Wednesday before I log on. Yeah,
Good stuff. Yeah,
quite
Jim?
happy with that.
No, I don't think I'd be able to relax and enjoy it as much doing that, to be quite honest. So I would definitely just wait till Wednesday evening. I'm just going to have to boycott social media until then.
Yeah.
To be fair, like most people, you know, that I follow in this community are relatively good at not putting spoilers out there just on stories and stuff, so we should be fine. It's more just opening up Facebook and getting those, you know, the news companies that just put spoilers out there. But no, I definitely wait till the Wednesday, and then me and Vita will sit down and just watch it together. So that's how we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. I think, by the way, that the Vader with the CCFL or Neo LED looks fantastic. Yeah, really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, like realistically, I don't get to go on collecting weekly that much because of the time zone and stuff like that. So if I'm staying up that late, I will go on to collecting weekly. Because I probably won't get to do that again until maybe, I don't know, the summer if Zach allows it or whatever, but with work and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm going to stay up after, and I'll be groggy as well then. It's like, it's just, I don't think I'll be, I think you need to be, it's a complex show.
Depleted.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd rather just actually have a good sleep and then get up and go to the gym and then be fresh, whatever, like, you know, that pre-workout buzz will still carry over for an hour or two after you'll be in the zone watching it, like you're like scratching yourself and everything.
Get that pre-workout in.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'll do. Like, I'll just clear a few hours and watch it, or maybe if I can hold off to in the evening, because I prefer watching things to the evening. But Phil, what you reckon? What's your plan? Wednesday night, or will you?
Yeah, it'll be Wednesday night. I wouldn't want to sort of rush it just to watch it for the sake of watching it. I'd rather sort of try and digest it some way, shape or form. So it'll be Wednesday evening for me.
Yeah. Do you know, it's isn't it so good to be as excited for a TV show, a Star Wars TV show? I genuinely, okay, before we saw the sequels, I'm guessing we were excited about the sequels. But even for like The Force Awakens, when we didn't know what direction was going to go in, I wasn't as excited about The Force Awakens as I am about this show. I'm more excited about Andor, I think, than... I was really excited back in 1999 watching Episode 1, 100%, definitely. But as an adult, I have never been as excited about a Star Wars season or movie. Because I wasn't as excited about Episode 7, and after seeing Episode 7, I tempered my expectations for 8 and 9, and then that kind of went downhill, so I wasn't excited really about the sequels. Mandalorian, I was just like, oh, that looks interesting, but Star Wars is in a bad place, and then it was an absolute banger. I was definitely more excited about Season 2, and definitely I was excited with Season 3, but, you know, I don't think I've ever been as excited about a Star Wars property as Andor Season 2. I've seen no spoilers. What I have seen, though, is kind of there were these kind of like, I think it was Vogue or something like that, had a kind of an article on, it was like a non-spoilers article, and I was kind of like watching it like through, so stupid. It was like I wanted to read it, but then I was like, I didn't want to get... What I saw was Season 2 is very different from Season 1, but it is just as excellent, if not more. And someone was like saying it might be the best thing since the original trilogy. And if you think about it, the batch of 3 episodes once a week for 4 weeks, it's like watching a Star Wars movie once a week for 4 weeks. That's we've never had that before. And like, if you think of the runtime on Season 2 is probably more than the entire original trilogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
don't think
I'm just so excited.
The Star Wars Celebration interview couldn't have come at a better time as well, I think, because
100%.
After watching that, I was buzzing. And, that interview with Diego and Turdick, it was, yeah, and
it amped up the. It was like a catalyst for the excitement, 100%. It definitely hyped it up, and he even
his passion, though, it was just, he was so passionate about it. Considering, I'm assuming he's never going to play that character again. He can't. I'm assuming. I know nobody ever dies in Star Wars, but considering there's a chance that he's never going to appear in the Star Wars universe again, and yet he was so passionate about the entire experience from Season 1, Rogue One, and now Season 2.
And the reality is, he said something like, you know, coming out here in Star Wars Celebration, this energy, and we had this for Rogue One and for Andor, and now he said like this, you know, he said something along the lines of like, one of the things that I remember he complimented the fact that there was 125 different nationalities registered, or different people from all over the world were at Celebration, and it was very like a celebration of people, you know, in more ways than one. And he said something along the lines of that he'll regret like that he doesn't get to be part of this anymore. But they can wheel him out for any Star Wars celebration for the next 30 years. Like if Andor season 2 lands, and who won't want to get a photo with him? Like the guy, he was, I heard a lot of people when Rogue One saying, "Oh, Cassian, he's just an asshole." But like, if every character was nice, TV would be shit. You want the jokers, the anti-heroes. You want the, I don't know, Sawyer from Lost. Just a random example, but you know where I'm getting at. The characters you love to hate. The Joffreys. The just the evil characters, or and he was very good in Rogue One. But his Andor performance, and then seeing him, he's the complete opposite. I know it's acting, but he comes across very humble and very pleasant and passionate. But he's the complete opposite to the character he plays, which even makes it more impressive. Like, but it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, I think, personally.
The thing is, it doesn't stop him being in another Star Wars movie or TV show as a different character, because that's happened several times.
I hope that doesn't happen, though. I think that messes with me when it does. It's only, again, maybe other people would love it, like, but personally, like, I still think this whole Robert Downey Jr. Doom thing.
That's what I was thinking of.
I just, I don't know what they're doing with that. But maybe it'll absolutely work, and I'll be completely wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But he's just, when someone does something so good, it's like you're always going to be Andor to me.
I mean, it could be something like, if you think of Andy Serkis, keeping on the theme of Andor. So he was in Andor, and then he played Snoke in terms of a CGI. So,
yeah.
I see what you mean. I didn't realise
he's got some repertoire. Gollum as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The other key thing about the challenge of watching this at 2 a.m. for us lot is, after you watch it, trying to get to sleep at that time of the morning after watching Bix.
Oh.
Catch your cell phone.
She is absolutely stunning. The interviews, it's just, again, wasn't born, was genetically created in the lab from scientific blind nuns. I don't know. Incredible. But
she was formed by Athena herself.
Athena, is that like Angelina Jolie's character from, what's that movie?
Isn't that the Greek goddess of...
A goddess, isn't she?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I presume that's where, that's probably where they got the name from, I'd imagine. But yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. You know what? Another thing is with the Andor thing. I know Disney get a lot of hate, like, but if you weigh it up, right? Okay, Disney have brought us some stuff like The Acolyte, wow. The Book of Boba Fett for the most part, wow. And Kenobi, wow. I know there was positive things in them as well, but a lot of kind of mid to miss. But then you've got Rogue One, Andor, and The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. So I don't think you can really tar everything, the Star Wars Disney stuff, that's just crap. I think they make, it's almost like they make different styles of Star Wars for different styles of tastes. Like Andor caters to the more adult, more grounded story, dialogue, slow, intense kind of fans of that. And then maybe The Acolyte and the maybe I don't know who that appeals to be honest. Like, because I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
I thought Skeleton Crew was an amazing show, but it's clear you can tell they're watching it. It's that Goonie-esque sort of aimed at the younger sort of audience. But I thought it was really good. But
haven't seen it. Shout out to Mike there watching. I just put your comment up there, but if you're just listening, how are you, Mike? Thanks very much for listening. We LA, man. Could be a thing. Does anyone have any other thoughts about Andor? I'll be watching on Wednesday, I think, but I'm very excited.
Yeah,
can't wait. Honestly, can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great time.
TVs and movies, I think.
I think it's definitely I'm going to tip the hat to to Disney for the what they've done so far with season 1. Hopefully season 2 is going to be epic. And yeah, you gotta give them respect where respect is deserved. I think it's not all doom and gloom. There's definitely things I don't like, but it's like same as Terminator. I think there's 2 movies, and I don't bother myself with the rest of them. But it doesn't ruin the first 2 movies for me. God, like if you wrote off, you'd never get any joy in the world. Like if you go, okay, Joker 2 was crap. Now Joker 1 becomes crap, or the sequels are crap. Oh, that means the original trilogy is crap. It changes. I think if you think like that, you sour everything. Personally, like some things are good and you can compartmentalize. That's the way I get on with it anyway. But,
Shane, see if they land season 2 like we all hope, and from what I see, I think they will. What a trilogy this will be. Andor 1, 2 and Rogue 1.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Yeah, looking forward to this. We got Collector UK saying, I'm going to wait till episodes drop, save $12.99 each month, and then binge them. Well, you could just join tonight, and then you could you pay for 1 month, and they'd all be out, wouldn't that? Mm-hmm. You don't have to do each month. It's literally 1 month. So I'd say wait until tomorrow, join for a month, and then you'll get, 4 weeks, and then bang, bang, bang. You don't have to pay for a second month. Mike says, are they really doing 3 episodes a week? Yeah, they're doing 3 episodes per week by 4. Shane, how many hours ahead of you from Pacific Standard Time? Well, East Coast, when was this? I think that was, I'm 8 hours ahead of West Coast time. Pacific, I'm 8 hours ahead and 5 hours ahead of New York or Eastern time, which is the same as everyone. We're all in the same time zone, Greenwich Mean Time. Diego Luna, very engaging when he speaks. Yeah, he speaks with a lot of passion. He likes what he's done. He definitely doesn't give the vibe of this is just a paycheck. Yeah, he is Doom, but we don't know what direction that's going in next. I hope it's not just straightforward. I hope there's some sort of a twist that we don't see coming. Mike, yeah, the animation, exactly, yeah. Definitely gets the kind of, I suppose, like Clone Wars got the kids in, but then it matured as their audience matured, which I do think that's a stroke of genius. Because that just basically was the Trojan horse that got the kids into Star Wars now, like, you know what I mean? So, and it, as it progressed, it hooked in the adults as well, because those last few seasons were a lot darker and more complex, and man, those first 3 seasons were an absolute slog, but I didn't want to skip any because I'm stubborn like that. All right, we're going to go back to this Andor 2. We're all excited. Brilliant. Okay, so Bob, what would you like to talk about, my friend?
Let's do the hot toys, bottom left.
Okay, great. I'm just going to find the pardon me. I've got to find the post that they had. So what they did was they put up a few kind of bundles or posts with a bunch of various different I suppose photos from the weekend. So we get photos and albums. What do we got? There's 3 different sections. Okay. All right, so this one here, I'll just go through these. So this is Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025, which took place in the last few days. I think it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is the Hot Toys poster, one of them. So you got a bunch of, there's the exclusives there, the concept Maul, the Darth Vader, or some sort of a concept version of Darkseid Anakin, the red and blue, these are all exclusives, limited or whatever. Darth Vader, the 1-to-1 Grogu 2.0, you can see on the far left a bunch of, you can see Rogue One, I think you can see K2SO, and what looks some sort of a trooper. Did you see there was a cosplayer dressed up as a Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper going around? Yeah. That's kind of cool.
No, but that's
I think the Galen Ursa looks pretty good, and it didn't sell out.
Yeah, I was quite surprised about that as well. I understand it, but quite surprised.
You
because
dropped
I wonder
a
if they'll keep it.
PO, didn't you?
Yeah, I got in early, got a good price. I wasn't sure about it when it first was revealed because I'd made the comment that the outfit looks a bit more Star Trek-y, and I like older school Star Trek, but the more I thought about it, one, I like this actor, I like the character, and then for me, Rogue One OT, that story, that timeline, I'm all in on that, and the more I thought about it, I thought that's a hole in my collection not to have the guy who designed the Death Star.
So you were thinking as an engineer, as usual.
that was it. So
There you go.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because I was messaging Calvin. He was like, "Yeah, Galen Erso hasn't sold out, whereas a bunch of the other ones had." And he went quick. The Trooper, the Vader sold out. Someone else messaged me as well saying Galen hadn't. If I was there, I think Galen would be the one I'd bring home. You know?
Yeah, for me as well. It was the only one out of the list that I truly wanted. I would take Darkseid Anakin, of course, but Galen,
Trooper.
yeah.
Because even these planet cookies on the right hand side, even they sold out before Galen did.
Yeah,
true.
Do you reckon this will hurt the chances of a general release for Galen, or do you reckon this is purely because he was up against some other competition?
I agree. I think there was so much that was there. Obviously, Anakin was the number one, wasn't it? So I was actually surprised that the Vader sold out because I cannot begin to tell you how much I dislike that.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that as well. I'd have thought he'd be the one left kind of hanging around because the Trooper's got some sort of, value to it, being themed as it is, whereas the Vader's just, anything.
But like Star Wars Celebration, even like eliminate the hot toys. Like Star Wars Celebration is a money vacuum. Like even if you go right, I'm not buying hot toys. And even if you say right, I'm not going to buy anything, I don't need any of this stuff, you will find like some really cool fig pins, badges, patches, branded hats, t-shirts, really, really nice kind of cool stuff that you'd be like, oh man, it's so hard to say no to, that even if you're not going on a shopping spree, you will get something. Like this t-shirt, I got this one and the Han Solo one, and I'm glad I bought them, like, so they're actually based on what the badges, the access badges. You go in, you give your name and your booking number, and you get like a lanyard with your, it's like a pass, for your day to get you in and out. But they were all based on the different passes, and like I got a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi patch and stuff like that. But like I wasn't going on a shopping spree. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. So it's not just that they're up against other hot toys; they're up against all sorts of stuff. It's definitely a money vacuum. You'll see it now in Los Angeles, Jim.
It's and it was funny as well because where I ordered, so this retailer contacted me about Galen Erso, and he sold out quick, and then apparently it came back on.
Sorry, Ian, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but did this guy slide into your DMs and go, do you want to buy some dead sticks? He did, didn't he?
At 3:30 a.m. as well.
Dirty bastard. Right, go on anyway.
Yeah, so this retailer, he was obviously, and I think that story was there because it wasn't selling out, so he was going back in and dipping in again. So he got his batch and then sold out quick and then kept doing it, and then his price was going up. I watched it. So it went up to, the last time I checked, it was £150 more than what I paid for it. No, in fact, more. So, yeah.
That's crazy. These things are kind of cool. I don't know, like I don't need them, but it's just they're kind of cool. Just a little.
I would buy those little boxes.
Are they magnets? I wonder, or are they just little boxes?
Either way, I'd have them next to the figures I owned.
They're cool. Yeah.
I think they are cool. Okay, so go back into this. Where is photos and albums, and this one here as well. Sorry,
The
this
queues for the releases was insane as well. Was that people were getting there at like 5 in the morning to start queuing up for certain stuff. That's mental.
The shoulders on this look a little narrow. I suppose it's not really a shoulders. That I don't think that plate extends all the way to the shoulders, but the detail in the mask looks pretty damn good. Oh, so cool.
Awesome.
Oh, they look amazing. That interceptor. If they ever made that, somebody was talking on YouTube about it was going to happen. I mean, obviously you take these things with a pinch of salt, but I'd have to get that interceptor. No matter how big it is, it wouldn't fit. I've got nowhere to put it, but I'd worry about that once I got it, which
hang it from the ceiling.
is not clever.
The TIE fighters. The TIE fighter, I think, is 3 feet tall, just over 3 feet.
That's massive, isn't it?
You'd need like
ridiculous.
just a huge display
But you-
space, like.
You could squeeze the interceptor in a lot easier than the TIE fighter, couldn't you? Although you'd have to leave the front off your module case, wouldn't you?
You don't need display space. You just pick it up, run outside, and go.
Try not to drop it.
Ian running on the street doing that, and like
it's
families
amazing.
out for a walk with the dads going, see that guy there? Don't ever talk to him, ever.
The detail on those is incredible as well. If you look at some of the shots I saw, some of the videos, some of the details on those vehicles.
I wish
really
they
good.
put like a figure next to this just to show an idea of scale, because this thing is enormous, and it just
what I
looks
was
like
thinking.
the vintage collection one now, but you can't tell. Like,
I think it is a lot smaller. I did see a picture of this with some figures in front of it, and that little Grogu in the back there is like half the size of the little Grogu that comes with our 1/6.
really?
Yeah,
Is
it was
like-
really
I thought
tiny.
This was 1/6.
I don't think it's not the one I saw on the picture. They had two
Right,
1/6
okay.
scale figures on
okay.
either side of it, and it was
because
not nowhere near.
Marco saw this in person. Well, okay, the Hot Toys 1/6 scale version. He said the thing was 5 feet long. It was absolutely enormous.
Yeah,
Like.
it
So maybe this is a different
wasn't
one.
that one. Yeah, it wasn't that
These-
one. Not what I saw
these are-
anyway.
These are quarter scale ones here. Quarter scale
Yeah.
Mando and Grogu or Boba. I think these are quarter scale as well. This is the Vader and then the Stormtrooper that they never did.
Wow.
Anything new there? There's all Mandalorian stuff. Book of Boba Fett.
So
I think that was all
What's this
released.
thing?
Those droids came out, didn't they?
yes,
This. Oh, that's the Stormtrooper commander, isn't it? On the back. Neck to the left of the speeder or to the right of the speeder. Yeah.
The one with an orange pauldron.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot that should have been part of my new this week, but I
Oh, we haven't done it yet, so you're okay.
Yeah.
I didn't actually didn't take a photo of it. Yeah. Yeah. So this is
So if you know the guy that got his Anakin signed by Hayden Christensen, there was
was
all over
that
social
Spice
media
Runner
the other
did
day.
that? I think was that Sean? Was
I'm
that
not
Spice
sure
Runner?
if you knew the person.
I think it might. I think I
idea.
saw a photo. I think was that Spice Runner.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Everyone was
that's very cool.
obviously commenting. Yeah, very cool.
I'd have thought more people would have done that. To be fair.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
the Sand Trooper here with the orange pauldron. That's a very old original trilogy figure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one up on the kind of buy and sell, the kind of eBay of Ireland here for €400.
Mm-hmm.
I won't spend €400 now. If it was 300, I'd entertain the thought. Because they might not
is
do
that
that one
Ewok
again.
new down the bottom? Is that
No,
that
I
new
think
Ewok
that's-
or was
No,
that the one that
That's
came
Wicket
with
for-
Leia?
I think so.
Oh, that's Wicket that came with Leia, was it?
Yeah.
Is that Wicket, yeah?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cute. Must be a power pose, right?
I don't have
I'm
it.
not sure they are they? I think
No, it's not.
Ian's got one, hasn't he?
pose.
Is it posable?
It's fully articulated for an
Oh
Ewok.
wow, that's cool.
Hmm.
Pretty.
That's a nice
Yoda.
original trilogy display there. Death Star.
Lovely.
gunner
yeah,
on the
top right
there.
looks good, doesn't it? The Death Star, yeah.
The Death Star gunners, that's still going for crazy money.
Yeah.
I think I
Is
got
it?
that for about £200, and it's
Yeah.
like £700 or something. That's
Well done.
I do
that
love
was,
the way
that was retail at the time.
Yeah.
I do love the way Hot Toys display these as well.
There's only one thing though.
Not everyone pose.
There's only one thing all of these lightsabers here are USB powered, and they're not even going through the trouble of lighting them up for the biggest Star Wars convention in the world.
Yeah.
That's lazy. It's like,
It's a cable management.
sell it to us, folks. It's like they're just not bothering. Like,
It is. Yeah.
You can. It's not that hard. Like see the white the risers. See the back figures are on a riser. Make that hollow. Hide the USB in there, and if you have to even like use white USB cables, or just like you know what, use black velvet. Problem solved. And just make an effort to light up the stuff and showcase.
Shane, it might be too bright in there for them, to be honest. Because under like strong light, they're not that obviously.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
illuminated. Yeah.
That is true. And especially like CCFLs, you get away with it because they're brighter, or Neo LEDs, but you're not with them. Like, but
That's
so there's
really
Kit Fiskell.
that's an impressive display. That is really. I mean,
Just having Plo Koon there, isn't there?
yeah, it's far too deep for me to consider, but I think that's really good, that display.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
I quite liked how they put the release dates on them as well. It's quite handy.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
On some video.
But that's on all the little.
On a video I was watching when they zoomed in, they had some release dates.
Very good. Yeah.
Which I thought was was quite useful. You could plan those pre-orders that way, can you?
I do like those walkarounds, those Star Wars Celebration videos that
Yeah.
YouTubers are doing. Like I was watching one today by a guy called Pop the Bounty Collector. I think some stream popped up on just automatically. I wasn't subscribed, and it popped up on my like suggested playlist a few days ago, and it was like him and his mate talking about that before they were going over and who they were getting autographs from and stuff like that. And then it just popped up again that I subscribed, and it was like said Pop the Bounty Collector. So it's just him like walking around going to all the merch stores and stuff like that, and you can see why it's an absolute
Yeah, I like those. Yeah.
wallet vacuum.
That Grievous looks epic.
It does.
Yeah, it looks so.
And they're
figure-wise,
4
he's
USB
gonna
powered
be
lightsabers.
He looks more chunky than I thought. His legs look really nice and chunky,
Yeah.
planted on that base.
well.
Yeah.
Compared to the
He's got
sideshow
nice
one, though,
stable
it's
joints.
not going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
That thing was a nightmare.
That's
to
true.
Try to do anything with. Absolute nightmare.
Yeah, looks like a good display, though. They all Ahsoka. No, there's some First Order on the right, and so
Yeah.
how many are Ahsoka? The very first trooper on the left. That's not Ahsoka, is it? Or is it?
No.
Yeah, it's Rex.
It's
It
like a
is.
video game.
It's Rex.
Yeah,
it's
is
that
Rex.
So that's the one from the
They announced-
flashback scene with Anakin, is it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Choppers 12. That's a good line, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just need a Hu Yang, an Ezra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the big two missing.
Yeah. Jaja. Oh man, Andor and K2 look great. That
Yes.
trooper with the bazooka looks pretty cool too as well. That's the one you were on about, Ian. You have two of the other ones, don't you? Range trooper.
Well, it's different though. So the ones in Andor, they're not wearing the gravity boots, and you don't get the bazooka. So this will be something. So everything else is exactly the same. It's just the boots and then the accessory, the bazooka.
Cool. I'm just going to catch up on some of the chat, otherwise it'll take me ages later on. So before we continue on, the Humble Collector UK says, "Okay, that what I do then. Unusual 3 episode a week. Till you said cheers for letting me know. No problem. Mark Attack is here saying, hello boyos, hello Mark Attack, and we have a super chat from the Moose Man himself. 12-inch Moose Stream says." Hot Toys buys. He bought the MMS 113 Blade 2, so the original Blade. MMS 128 Abigail Whistler. I'm ignorant here, folks. Who's Abigail Whistler? Should I know that? Abigail Whistler?
I think I've heard of that, but I couldn't tell you what that was.
I don't know who that is.
Isn't Whistler
It's-
is she the daughter from Bleed?
Yeah, that's
Whistler's
Whistler's
daughter.
daughter.
I see it.
Chris Christopherson's daughter.
And then we got the Iron Man and Pepper 2-pack cheap DX10. That's DX10. What's DX10? DX12 was Batman. DX10. I can't remember what that is. Want to hear the price? I'm on IG for a cheap 1/6 Fatboy as well. So the Fatboy is the Harley Davidson Fatboy I think he's looking for. Thanks very much for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated. That is quite a haul. Right, who else we have? Boba Fettuccine is joining us, channel member. I think there'll be more Galen versions. They ain't gonna waste the head sculpt. I do agree. I think when you see a new head sculpt, you can chalk it down as that's the first time you'll see that new
James
head
Bond
sculpt.
as well.
Too true. Spending money at the convention is near inevitable. It takes a lot of self-control to avoid spending 100%. That or extreme poverty. That usually does the trick. Marketech, I'd buy the magnets if I were there. I think they're, I don't know if they are magnets, but it would be cool if they were, those little boxes. Who else do we have? Show us the Neo. So that's one of the commander troopers, I think. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Hot Toys didn't light them up because you wouldn't see a difference. That's the kind of the panel's train of thoughts as well. I hope to see that specific Palpatine announced. Need a Chancellor version. Shane, do you collect? No, not at all. I don't got green screen behind me. But hey Moose, I got one for you. Do you display? Ah, got you there. Abigail Whistler is Jessica Biel. Now I know exactly who you're talking about. Moose Dream knows how to collect. Very impressive. Okay, so back on then to these. So one of these is Neo. Would that be right? The Commander Troopers. I can see there's a red one, there's an orange one, there's a yellow one, there's a green one. Which one is Scorch or Storch or whatever?
I think Scorch is on the left.
The yellow
Like
one,
Neo,
isn't it?
Is Neo the one in the middle?
Scorch
I
is
don't
back
know.
left, isn't he?
Yeah.
What are they? Their first appearance, I think these commandos, was that not in a game, video game? No. I think it was their
There's one
first
called Clone
appearance.
Commandos, so it could be that.
Did they appear in the Bad Batch as well? I think they appeared in the video
Yeah,
game
they
first, and then the Bad Batch.
They were in the Bad Batch as well, yeah.
Very cool looking commander. I wonder if there's any close-up shots. I'll zoom in on this just in case there isn't. So that's as close as I can get to them. Very cool looking. I'm pretty sure one of the guys in the 501st, Damien, French guy, he 3D prints all his stuff. His one of the things he made is the red one here. And he's a tall guy, so it looks pretty damn.
There were quite a few in London, wasn't there? Celebration in London, there were quite a few of the commandos.
A lot of hard work.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Talent, sanding. Okay, so you got some sequels. This will be quick. And you have some Hono stuff. These Stormtroopers, they're not it for me. Again, it's completely subjective. Like, if you think they're the coolest thing, then whatever, that's it's fine. I get it. It's completely
I
subjective.
think they look pretty cool, but I'd never wouldn't pick them up.
I like the backdrops. I especially like the picture on the one on the right. The Vader, I do like, because I like the look of Vader. It, as a lot of people have said, very Ralph McQuarrie. Maybe not quite as exaggerated, but pretty cool.
Yeah. That's Poe Dameron on the last slide, isn't it? Going back, that sort of surprised me to see that.
He's been shown around a few times, I think.
So as well.
But like, I don't think they're.
Oh, I must have missed him.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. They never did it. They never announced it. Like, he's never gone up for pre-order. But I've definitely seen him once or twice at this kind of like put him into a convention, then end up on the sideshow coming home screening, and they just call it like the graveyard, and it doesn't get made.
Be a good head sculpt opportunity, wouldn't it?
Well, they've kind of made the Moon Knight one, so they know they can capture the likeness, but they can't in prototype form anyway. So
Is he
Yeah.
Jar Jar
Right.
the only two that say prototype as well?
Jaja.
Because all the others just have platforms.
He's on the
that
way,
say prototype.
definitely.
I think there's others on other slides, other prototypes.
I will show you, Shane, when I'm damn ready. Oh my god, guys. Edge of the seat stuff. We'll all be watching that, Moose. And then it will start. We'll all be critiquing the lighting and the angles. And you'll be sorry then. You'll be like, now I know how the guys feel, man. You know. Only joking with you. I'm sure everyone wants to see the display. And I imagine it's going to be pretty big. Like, you must have like 200 plus figures now at this stage. Dad Profi, Mario, how are you doing? You speak of troopers, and Mario just he gets that kind of feeling that something. I feel a strange disturbance in the force, and he appears. Thanks very much for tuning in, Mario. Hope you are good. And saying hello to Phil. Shane should get Jaja. You're going to be blocked, Stanley. You watch your goddamn mouth. We have got El Super Chat from Yusufo. I believe Yusufo is already entered into the Anakin Skywalker giveaway, which we are going to announce tonight, folks. I'm going to tell you exactly when it'll be in a few moments. If you're here for that, we're going to announce when that will be. We give it the exact date of the Hope Show when we will be giving away the Artisan Anakin. Yusufo said, hello, did the Artisan Anakin giveaway end? No. That's perfect segue. A perfect segue. We will be announcing when it will be tonight. Okay, so we'll go back to the grid. You know what? I'm just going to do that now. It's a good segue. So, folks, we're on the journey to 5k. I think we can do it, I believe. So we're at 4,691 subscribers. If you are one of the any people who've ever taken time to watch any of the videos, like any of the videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, become a channel member, any of that stuff, any form of support, come on and give up your time and come on to the chat, watch the live stream, all greatly appreciated, massively appreciated. We're at 4,691. If you're watching now and you're not subscribed, please click the like subscribe button. It does make a big difference. You want to support the channel in a different way. As usual, at the very first comment is a pinned comment, and it's the link to channel membership. It should be there for different perks. Okay, so members, we got two different tiers. The Troopers tiers, we got Yomo, Shiny, Lieutenant Venus, Big Rib, The Ben Thomas Show, Caffeinated Comic Fan, Dogito, Stanley, Vita, Tiny Art Guy, Figurecraft, Blurred Dad, Life 16 Shooter Figures, and Fandom Howard Potts, Agent Silver Fox, Jose, The Fact Checker, Hernandez, Brian Wong, Eddie, Money Mendez, who can't join us today, or maybe he will, maybe he'll appear out of nowhere. Somehow, Eddie returned. And Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, we got Mike, and we got Ryan, and then we got the Commanders tier, whose YouTube handles are displayed at the end of all the content like this. Okay, so new videos, my thoughts on the Scarecrow announcement pre-order, and then my review on the John Wick, which the more I see it in the display, the more I like it. Check it out if you have an interest in that particular figure. Now, okay, so we are giving away a brand new inbox Artisan Anakin Skywalker. So I can now officially reveal it will be given away on the Hope Show on Monday, the 5th of May, which is Revenge of the 5th. How perfect is that? Only it's not the dark side one, but I don't think people are going to complaining if they win. So on Monday, the 5th of May, which is today, is that 2 weeks? Yeah, today 2 weeks, there's going to be the biggest duck race in the history of duck races. There's going to be heats, probably four or five heats. And then the winner of all those heats are going to go head to head for the ultimate duck off. It's going to be ducking amazing. So that is Monday, the 5th of May. Yeah, for duck's sake, yeah. Tanya, there's lots of duck puns coming. It's going to be great quack. No? Anyone? No. I thought that was worth a super chat.
Yikes.
No? That's worth a super chat.
No.
Come on. So, how to enter? If you have super chatted any live stream between the February 3rd when we launched this and now, you're automatically in. If you have added a super thanks on any of the videos, you are in. By the way, the super thanks is actually like a super chat, a tip. People are just typing super thanks, and I'm sending them on the link on what it actually means. Like YouTube have a little link that they have explaining what it is. So like if you just type super thanks into the comment section of videos, no, you're not in, respectively, and you don't have to enter the thing. But if you want to enter, it's an actual super thanks, because let's face it, I do have to buy the figure and ship it. So or be a channel member on the night of the giveaway, which now you know is Monday, the 5th of May, Revenge the 5th, 2025. Yeah. So, like I said, what else do I have to add in? It'll be a duck race. All the names are accounted for. they're all there. This is up to date. On the left, we have all the people who super chatted. On the right, we have all the people who super thanks. And of course, I won't know what channel members. We have 35 channel members. I just call them out. And if they're still channel members on the night, they'll be added as well. Everyone gets one chance. It's fair. So if you dropped 4 or 5 super chats, you're still in it once. I've said this from the very, very start. I want to make it fair. I may adjust that for future giveaways because I think maybe the commanders and the troopers, because they've been supporters of the channel, I think maybe they deserve extra entries. But like, this is the first time I'm doing this, and when I do it again, I'll go back to the grindstone. I'll see what worked, and I'll see what didn't work and everything. When the let's just say hypothetically, Jim Collector is a channel member, and he's a channel member on the night, and Jim Collector wins, and like, look, you can't say it's a fix because it's the ducks, it's random, you'll see it. That's an easy giveaway because I go, right, I know Jim, I can ship it you. But if someone who I don't know, let's say I pick out a random name, let's say if it was Jimmy Jim Bob on YouTube, I'm gonna have to verify that person is actually them. So I'm gonna click in. I'm gonna have to announce it on the video. If the person isn't watching live, I'm gonna give them like 24 hours or something to contact me on Instagram, and then I'm gonna give them a code and give them a video, and they'll have to comment that code on that specific video, and it has to be at that exact same handle to verify that is the right person. There'll be other ways of verifying anyway, and then I'll swap details and send the thing out, like, just to make sure it's fair and stuff. So yeah, it's exciting. So hopefully best of luck to all the people. Looking forward to doing that. Not looking forward to typing in all the duck names, but yeah, here we are. Phil, what would you like to talk about?
Should we talk Darth Fart?
Dart fart. That'll be quick. All right. So if I go to, where would he be? Usually I have these lined up, but I don't have them lined up today. But so Marrok, how much was Marrok? Anyone know? It was 280 or something like that. He wasn't 280 or 265. He looks about 260, I'm guessing.
Wasn't really paying enough attention to know how much he was going for.
That would sound about right. No head sculpt or anything, so.
So I'm just looking for him here now. Man, there was a lot of posts this week. It was like
Geo saying 270.
270. Sorry, this isn't loading up. I have now. Okay. Right, so this is Moroc. He's out now. He's from Ahsoka. 270. I have no opinion on this. I didn't like the show, and I don't think the design is... I don't think it's a good design. It just doesn't float my boat. That's me out. I have nothing else to say about this. Anyone else?
I just think it's too much of a random character. As far as I'm aware, anyway, I could be wrong here, but it's a random character they've introduced into Ahsoka. If it had been something from, I don't know, Clone Wars, the animated series, or, you know, something that had a bit of history, then I'd be a little bit more engaged. But the fact that I'd never seen him before, he lasted 30 seconds.
So you don't think it's Mephisto then?
No.
Remember, it was like that phase, anything happened in any trailer ever for Marvel, and it was like, it's Mephisto. No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, it just
there was no character arc. Everyone thought it was going to be.
Everyone was bigging him up to be someone like, is it Starkiller? Is it this person?
Yeah, exactly. And if it was, you know, I wouldn't say I'd be buzzing for it, but I'd be more interested or more intrigued by the fact that he turned out to be literally a puff of smoke.
He was a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there was something more to his...
And I don't want to knock anybody who's picked him out. I know Beskar picks up everything Star Wars, but
you can't be tiptoeing around that either. Like, if you don't like something, you don't like something. Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
I don't, sorry, I'm not swearing at you. I'm just like, we're grown men, like, and women. It's like, if you don't like the thing that I like, that's okay. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Jim,
fine.
Jim was roasting the Dark Knight trilogy there a few weeks ago, and myself and Jim are still friends. Like, do you know what I mean? He got
for it.
Yeah, we got through it. It was a rocky time, but but it's just, it is what it is. It's just like, it'd just be so boring if everyone likes the exact same thing. I never understood that. Like, I know when you're younger and you're kids and someone doesn't like the team you like, whatever.
When
part of growing up,
it's not like it's a trooper, so it's not like mass produced. They can produce it over and over and over again. This is a completely new figure, completely new sculpt, and then people are crying out for things like Ezra. I just, why it's Hot Toys, I know, but
I suppose it's the time investment and the money investment of doing the brand new head sculpts. It's easier to do something that doesn't have a sculpt, which is kind of why we were speculating that we might get some Ewoks for May 5th or whatever.
True enough.
When he shows up in Andor, you'll be right.
Green poof.
Yeah, actually, Mike is one of the people who really likes this, But Mike, Mike is he is
shill.
No, he's not a shill.
That was a joke, Mike.
Mike has the mental fortitude to go, I don't care what you think, Shane. That's what I'm saying. That
was a joke, Mike.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Is anyone picking this up?
No.
I actually like the design of it, but yeah, he was a bit of a nothing character, really, wasn't he? As you guys said. So yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's like, do you remember when we first saw the suit for the Robert Pattinson 2022 Batman? And a lot of people hated it. And I wasn't gone on it either, I have to say. The first time I was like, what is this? But a lot of the time, what makes the suit cool is what the character does in the suit. And like, right from that first scene in the subway, when your man goes, who are you supposed to be? And he just absolutely takes that guy apart. And like the sound engineering, the punches he was not pulling those punches. It felt, I was wincing nearly like every time he hit him. And he moved so fast. I was like, okay, I'm on board here. Like that, the suit automatically got cooler because of the action scenes. And maybe, going back to Phil's point, if there was a bit more of a character arc for this guy, we saw him do something, then we might like him more, That's like, yeah. Viking Collectible likes it. He's picking up this, loves the design. I think if you're into the medieval buzz, this is for you. Any other thoughts? No one wants to go on a half an hour monologue.
No,
about professing
their doesn't do anything for me. This, and I know what you're saying. The medieval thing, on the top half, but there's a lack of armor on the bottom half, and I think that's what takes me out. That's why I made that joke about it looks like the outfit that Madonna wore in Die Another Day, the Bond movie.
What the fuck, man?
Oh man, you're just annoying everyone now. Can I tell you a story about Madonna? Back in the 80s, when she was like coming up and she was like peak, when she was like just coming up and she was like, she was the Lady Gaga, she was the Britney Spears of her time. The Beastie Boys supported her and were on tour with her.
Were they? Oh, okay.
Would not have put them together. So when they were first coming up, they were coming up and they were actually opening for her, but their humor was still like, it was extremely crude and stuff like that some like young girls in the crowd were like crying and stuff, like, but they were on tour with Madonna. Like that, I would never in a million years have paired them two together. But if you like the Beastie Boys, they got a really good book written by the two remaining members, came out in about 2017, and it describes New York around the like 80s when they were meeting and stuff like that, and all the gigs they were going to and how they recorded. Really interesting stuff. But yeah, that little tidbit, they went on tour with Madonna. Did not see that. But
can I just comment on what Dave is saying there? I mean, I appreciate Boba Fett and Maul were, screen time wise, originally were very short, but they still had sort of an arc.
Unfair comparison, I think, Dave, respectfully.
100%, yeah.
Like, he captured
there was
Han
nothing,
Solo.
Yeah.
He had the smarts. Like, there was a bunch of bounty hunters on that Star Destroyer. He was given the task. There was, how many was there? Half a dozen? 8 maybe?
Yeah.
They were given the task, no disintegration, bring him in alive. They were all given the same task. It wasn't just him. And he had the smarts to go, okay, what would I do if I was around here? Where did the Millennium Falcon go to? They must be attached to the ship. So I'm going to attach to the ship and I'm going to wait until they dump the trash, because they're going. If I was trying to escape, he knew he was one step ahead of Han Solo, and he followed him, he tracked him, and he kind of was integral in actually getting him frozen in the carbonite. Plus, he does look extremely cool. I think it's a way better design than this. Yeah, he died easily in Return of the Jedi. Fair. But then, yeah, he's just cooler, man. Do you know? I definitely think he did more, but
still love you, Dave.
This guy didn't capture Han Solo.
No.
This guy turned into a Guinness fart in the forest. Come on now. He absolutely laid the foundations for that, Dave. You know this. Search your feelings, Dave. You know this to be true. Can we move on from Moroc?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right. Ian, what do you want to talk about?
Let's. So what we've got new Japan, Tokyo, and LA, and Face Off. Is that right?
Sorry, Ian, I'm interrupting you again. I'm only reading the second part of his sentence there. Look, Maul died after 4 to 5 minutes on the screen. Okay. Maul is way cooler than Moroc. That's not even a conversation. Like, and I'm one of the believers that Maul shouldn't have been killed in episode 1. They should have used him. They did not capitalize on what they had. He's no business being in Clone Wars. Oh yeah, the Force kept him alive. Give him spider legs. Like, I come on, like, that's ridiculous. As cool, if you make your peace with that, his story arc in Clone Wars is cool, but the guy should be dead. Like, but no one dies in Star Wars. But come on, Dave. Like, Moroc, even visually, is way cooler. And the Duel of Fates, that's enough to put Maul very high. Like what Ray Park did with that character. You crazy, Dave. I love you. Sorry, Ian, go on, I interrupted you. Apologise.
No, I was just asking if it was new Tokyo, LA, and Face Off. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we got. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, the no, we already. What do we? Yeah, the top row are up for grabs. And
Face Off. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. Right. Let's get this sorted. Okay, switch over to private chat. Okay, we'll make the teams. I'm just gonna. There we go. We'll have the kind of, I suppose, the Hope Show OGs, Ian and Phil, versus season 2, Bob and Jim. Okay. So I'm gonna get this music going. We got the music going, getting all intense. Switch over to private chat, folks, and I would urge the people in the chat, please, do not type the answers into the chat, just in case these people forget to go into private chat, but I don't think they will. All right, so they're Star Wars themed. They are Star Wars themed. So, who wants to go first? Any objections? Anyone want to go first? Anyone want to go second?
You let them go first. See what we got to match.
Okay. First question. Ian and Phil, in what year did the movie Solo release?
2018.
Is that your final answer?
Is it, Phil? You okay with that?
100%, yeah.
It was 2000 and... Ooh, interesting. One sec. You're right, it is 2018. I have one result that says 2017, but then I'm...
Feeling confident, Jim?
No, it's 2018. Yeah, 2018. Okay,
Boom,
over to
straight
Jim. Jim and Bob. In what year did the movie Star Wars The Force Awakens, otherwise known as Episode 7, release?
That'll be earlier, obviously, than Solo. Yeah. But how early?
11, 12?
When do you think?
20, 10, 11 or 12.
In my head, I'm thinking 2014. But I don't know why.
You got the other 2 films after that, haven't you?
If you just joined us, folks, Ian and Phil are 1-0 up. And the question for Bob and Jim is in what year did the Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens release?
I think it's like 9 even.
What, 2009?
Yeah. Is
Really?
that long ago?
That's quite a ways ago. Is it? Okay, next, Rogue One's about 10 years old. Oh, you could be right, actually.
Rogue One's
It might
16.
be older
Rogue
than I'm
One's
thinking.
16. I think it's 2009.
Yeah, you might be right.
Should go.
Yeah, solid.
Should do it?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was 2015.
Ah.
We're back
Is it
over
really?
to
Wow.
Ian and Phil. Back over. Who directed?
terrible.
Who directed Solo? Ian and Phil. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Ron Howard.
Man, it's like he has the answers. Yeah, it was. Was that Bryce Dallas Harris's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 2-0. Guys, you need to get
We
this.
got a white flag. Can we play a white flag or just give up?
Never. We don't surrender. Well, come on.
Okay, guys, who directed Rogue One?
Oh. I know. Oh, I should know that, but that's gone right off my head.
Can we steal a point just to put the nail in the coffin?
No.
No, bugger off, Ian.
You're so polite,
Get out of
Jim.
it.
Bugger off, Ian. My good man.
You got any names in your head, Jim?
No,
He's got a few for Ian, I'd say.
Yeah, throw him that way.
This part will be one of them. Well, my camera's just died as well. What a drama. No, I've gone completely blank, and then
Stop googling, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's going to say the name, so
I don't know.
just
No idea.
Nah, I don't know.
May as well.
I
You miss,
can't
you
even
miss,
think of
have a guess. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Go on.
That's very true. That's very true. I don't know. Well, can you think of any director's name? Because I've completely blanked right now. All I can think of George.
Director's name?
Yeah. Steve Spielberg. It's definitely not him.
We're terrible tonight, mate.
Who directed John Wick? Was it him?
If you don't know, maybe just
Frank
say a director that. Go on.
Huh?
Well, I was going to say Darabont.
Frank
Yeah, fair,
Darabont.
fair.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It might as well be Shane.
He's a great director, but it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards. Okay, to put the
Never
nail
got
in
that.
the coffin, we're back over to Ian and Phil, who played Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace and onwards.
I'm at best.
That is 3-0. Do you want like a shot at getting a point back, lads? Or are you
Yeah,
happy enough?
we'll try and get some
Okay.
pride back.
Okay, this is a recent one. Very current and topical. Who is currently playing the character of Mon Mothma in the Andor TV show? She's Irish.
She's Irish.
And we were talking about her in recent shows as well.
She has
I
one
have
of
no
the
clue.
most Irish second names ever.
Finnegan. Oh, Finnegan.
That is correct.
Oh,
Gone.
No,
Is
that
it?
is Genevieve O'Reilly.
O'Shea?
But yeah,
Genevieve
so
O'Reilly.
Oh.
3-0, guys. Fair play. Yeah, absolutely. I
Oh,
did some damage.
well done,
there.
guys. We were terrible
Well
there.
done. That was good. That was good. Okay, so we're back in with
Sorry, Jim.
just what did you get new
apologise,
this
Bob.
week, guys? What did you get new this
All
week?
good. Nothing.
I didn't
Still
get any
waiting on
figures. I tell you what I did get, and I fitted my Wonder Woman lasso of truth.
Well, you were talking about that
I
last
know
week, no?
Ian's.
Or was it Jim's?
It arrived, so I put that on her. And I've gone a bit. I've turned into a module case collector rather than a hot toy collector because I've just ordered 2 more cases because I just love putting them together.
We have one of them already. He's called Ian, but
Yeah,
you get along really well.
But I haven't got the figures to put in them. That's
But
the worry.
you're forward planning.
I'm project managing my collection for years.
Yeah.
Once I get to their age, I want to have. Yeah, I've got the shelving to put them in.
Module cases are like guns, like, you know, with that kind of space. You'd rather have the space and not need one than need the space and not have one, like, you know. So
Yeah, I didn't want to take it all apart by the time I filled it all up, to be honest.
yeah.
You know.
So you ordered 2 module cases and you fitted the last.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I've ordered them from that company. You know, the company in the UK. I've seen a couple of people ordering from. So they're already in the UK.
Display box.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about them. Okay.
I saw a couple of reviews of people that have received them quite quick. They've told me they'll post them tomorrow. Just order them tonight.
Yeah.
And are they module cases or are they some sort of a similar style?
No, they're an affiliate of Moducase. They're using their own because they got an Easter deal, which is copying if you ordered straight from Moducase, Moduspace themselves.
So what they done was 2 years ago they set up an agreement with Moduspace and they bought a 6-figure stock. They sold out relatively quick and then repeated an order. So they got a stock. Just then recently I bought about 12 shelves from them, delivered within 2 days. But yeah,
brilliant. That's good to hear, Ian.
so there's obviously a demand here for them in terms of that.
Say so. I like them monos.
Good to hear.
They look pretty
Thank
good.
you.
They do. Yeah. Anyone else pick up anything this week?
No,
Nope,
I'm still
not
waiting
for
for my
me.
Joker 2-pack. It's been shipping for a fair bit now, but it will get here eventually.
The donkey's thirsty. That's what happened. It's just
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so. I think
it,
they made
that's
a
it.
stop
You'll
off
get there.
somewhere for a bit of a trip.
Yeah. I picked up a John Wick 4, obviously, so the review is up live there. And the more I look at it, the happier I am with it. Really quickly, besides the hands, which are a little bit oversized and lack detail. The detail is there. You can see a little bit of vein work and cuticle and stuff like that, but I just find the paint application could be better and the detail could be better. And I think if the detail and paint applications were better, they wouldn't look as big. They almost look like they're unpainted plastic hands. So that's one issue. But I think the bigger issue is that there's no ankle pivot. The ankles go up, the ankles go down. You can move them left to right, but there's no side-to-side ankle pivot. On Justin's review, he did mention that if you turn the actual joint underneath the pants, you'll be able to get some pivot. But instead, I opted to go for a walking pose because I didn't need the ankle pivot then. I think the pose actually, you can pose it away. It looks quite well. And I don't usually display figures with accessories below them, but just because it comes with bloody arsenal, I kind of wanted to. So I love how this looks. I love the pose. And I really love that Dragon's Breath gun, because for me it was the standout scene of John Wick 4, the way they shot it with a bird's eye view, and it was like a bloody flamethrower. He was going through the different rooms. So yeah, really just the more I look at it, the more I like it. So and the dog, I got a 1/6 scale kind of a blacky grey Staffordshire from this guy who makes custom make animals. So this is like some Bob Dylan's bad influence / good influence. Well, I look, in fairness, I did ask him, and I got information, but he linked me on this particular artist on eBay who sells these. So that should be arriving, I think, Wednesday. So he's in a walk and pose, and that'll be popped in behind him.
Oh.
I do believe the dog actually comes with a little lead. So what I might do is keep the gun, the Dragon's Breath gun, in his right hand and pop the lead into a different fisted hand on the left and have him guiding the dog behind him, like, you know. So yeah, you know, you think you're not having a midlife crisis, but then you're at 41 ordering 1/6 scale dogs, and that's the way your life goes. But yeah, looking forward to it, though, because just the little details make a collection, I suppose, pop a bit, like, so yeah. Or X-Man has a great point as well. He has the John Wick tomorrow. And Shane, you're going to get a weapon rack for John Wick. Yes, that was another thing I asked Bob Dylan about. I asked Bob Dylan about 1/6 scale dogs, about weapon racks, custom hands, and yeah, custom suits. Although I like the suit in this, I don't think I'd swap it out, but I do really like the custom suit that he sent me was for Kane. And I asked him, but what was wrong with Kane's? Was the clothes and the Hot Toys one not great? And he goes, no, he actually has the polo neck look in the Hot Toys one, but then later on in the movie he has a suit. It does look bloody good. King Dingaling actually messaged and left me a really nice comment on that video. He said he was looking forward to the video, and when he watched the video, he said, this video was so good, I watched it twice. I really appreciate that, King Dingaling. Also, it's I actually really liked how the intro to the video turned out, because I found this John Wick style music which was copyright free, and it just worked really well. So if you haven't checked it out, if you want to have a look, I actually really liked how it turned out. Dirk Diggler's stunt double. You didn't miss anything. The announcement, basically, we're going to be doing the Duck Race giveaway on the Hope Show on Monday the 5th of May, so Revenge of the 5th. So yeah, that's tune in, and I'll do that then. All right, so right, that's new this week. So the next thing we got to talk about is, we're coming to the end now. Really briefly, folks, Star Wars Celebration has been announced for 2027 in April 1st to 4th. So we're going back to 4 days, only 3 days in Japan. But April 1st to April 4th in Los Angeles Convention Center in April 2027. At the moment, I'm thinking, yes, I would like to go for 3 reasons. Number 1, Star Wars Celebration. Number 2, I've never been to the West Coast. I've never been to LA. And number 3, actually, in order of importance, number 3 should actually be number 1. A chance to meet people like who might be potentially going. Like maybe the likes of, I don't know, are any of these people going, but maybe they will. Like, I think maybe Austin might be going. I don't know, would I think Calvin is going. I think Marco is relatively close to there. Maybe Eddie might be going. It's a chance to maybe meet some of the people in person that we have streamed with, and that would be very Philly. There we go. See, now, like, imagine just going and hanging out with these people for the day and watching all the announcements. And like May 2027, the Jedi Starfighter is coming out on the 27th of May 2027. So like that'll be like a month before it. So the hype will be real for that as well. Meet Jose, meet Eddie. Like there's a long list of people. Like, so yeah. What do you think, guys? Anyone thinking maybe it's a possibility? I know it's a long way away and it's very expensive, and commitments and kids and stuff like that. Like I don't even know if it's a runner for me, but something I'm not ruling out. I am interested. What do you think? Anyone else consider it?
Yeah, we'll be there. It's always funny when people talk about when it's announced, because there's the hype and then it kind of dies down, right? People say that they're going, then they don't. We didn't go to Japan because I didn't want to associate that event with my number one country. Over time, that's just how I felt.
You want to go to Japan for Japan and not for a convention, basically?
Yeah, it's one of the more unusual ones for me. So Lucy's only been once, and she was wanting to do a different time of year for us going back. So we knew it was going to be in the States. Everybody knew it would be somewhere in the States. I hoped it would be Orlando, because I've not been there since 2015. And I've not been to LA for 19 years or 18 years, whatever it was. But I'm looking forward to it, Shane. We'll build a holiday around it, so we'll have a week in LA. We'll probably do Vegas before it, and I'll maybe take her up slightly further north where I used to work, and do something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. But like you, there's a lot of people that we've met that are close friends now, and then other people that I want to meet and hang out with. So really pumped for it. So yeah, we'll book as soon as we can get, flights become available, etc. So I'll leave it to Lucy to plan, but yeah, I can't wait. So anybody that's in the chat, you want to spend a week in Vegas with me before we go to LA, good luck.
Alcohol's free in most of those casinos, yeah? Yeah.
I'm thinking about we'll hire, it'll be like a bit of a trip, right? So we'll go in Vegas, and if we survive the week, then we'll hire a convertible car and we'll drive back to LA like The Hangover.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. One of us will be missing though. Yeah, like there's direct flights from Dublin to LA, which is good. There's a lot of variables though. I know myself, I've got like kind of a fairly big event that I have to do that year, later on that year, so I don't know if it's going to be a runner for me financially, but the beauty of it is 2 years away, and like those tickets will be up probably in a few months, maybe within 6 months, and you could break up, like, if you could secure tickets, I suppose the next for the convention, not for the flights, like the next thing would be to secure flights, and then you still have a year to save, whatever like that. So at least it's not happening next year. That would be unrealistic for me, but maybe 2 years away could be a runner, like, but yeah, it depends on work really. I do have 2 weeks off. This the beauty about Star Wars Celebration tends to be around Easter, and I do have time off. I can't take time off randomly during the year. I get enough holidays, but it's basically you have to have these are your holidays. That's it. I can't take a week in September or take a week in mid-November, whatever. And that's not a complaint. I have enough time off. But hopefully, like Ian, you were saying that I think Easter Sunday was the 31st of March 2027.
28th, was it?
Or yeah, so like that would probably mean that it would be on the second week. Like the Star Wars Celebration this time around was on the first week of my Easter holidays, whereas Star Wars Celebration 2027, it looks like it's going to end up on the second week. So like yourself, if I was paying that money to go all the way to LA, I'd be like, okay, I want to meet all the people, the friends from that I met in Celebration or streaming. I want to go to, they have Disneyland there, don't they? Would that be right?
Yeah.
That's where like Mario, would that be?
Studio and
Yeah, like all that stuff and the touristy stuff, just do the walking tours and see what I have to see. And I think that would be, like you said, make a holiday out of it instead of just going for 4 days, like, because yeah. What about anyone else? Would they be keen, or would be like if?
Oh,
see that other event, Shane, that you talked about in 2 years?
Yeah.
Maybe you could just do that in Vegas.
No. No, that wouldn't be a runner. To be honest, for either of us. Yeah. But sorry, Phil, you were saying something there.
No, I was just going to say that I definitely love to go, but I mean, at this point in time, it's probably a bit of a pipe dream. But never say never. If the opportunity should arise, then yeah, I'd love to do it. But I'm just hoping that the next one, if I'm still around, will be in Europe somewhere closer to home, because you do need to. Yes, married, kids. You'd have to make a holiday out of it. Can I leave Gemma for 3 days or 4 days?
Yeah.
While I'm at a convention, if she was interested in Star Wars.
Is it 1 kid or 2 kids you have?
1. Well, I've got 2, but one's a one's a lot older.
Ah, gotcha. But the you could sell the old. Oh, they've got Disneyland there.
There is that element, and Gemma has mentioned in the past about doing Disney World. Is it Disney World or Disneyland LA?
Disneyland there. I think Disney World is Florida. Yeah. I'm
But
telling
like
you,
Ian
she brings
said,
that up again. That's your time to strike.
I know.
You want to go to LA, yeah, and like you don't really need to do 4 days in Celebration.
I know, but I
know-
want to go on the
you
piss
know.
with you for 4 days. So
Yeah, Jed.
Disappear
I'd
for
say
4 days,
there's
yeah.
nothing better to sort of hangover than walking around a crowded, warm convention center with a bunch of sweaty nerds. Like that would definitely be good for the hangover. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What could
of course,
possibly go wrong? Yeah. What
course.
about Bob or Jim? Would you have any interest, or would it be?
I'm the same as Phil, to be honest. I would love it to be in Europe, hopefully in 4 years. Again, if I don't know, it depends what happens with work and career and life. But yeah, I'd love to go. I will go one day, but that might not. That might be a bit too early and bad time for me.
Yeah, it's all timing, really, isn't it? Like, even like I
Yeah.
had tickets to the full 3-day adult passes to Celebration Japan. I was definitely having FOMO this week, but I had to sell them because it was like I've always wanted to go to Japan, but it'd be for the powder, the snowboarding, and myself and Megan are thinking about going at Christmas, and it was like, okay, I can't go in March or April and go again in Christmas. I
And it's
I
like
don't
Ian
have that
said,
money. Yeah.
when we sort of walked, when Japan was announced, and the guys that I was with, we walked out of Celebration that weekend in London. It was like 100% Japan, we're doing it. But
yeah.
yeah, it's, you know,
And like where the hype is real now as well, so it could be the same thing, history repeating itself. Although, yeah, like I was in a situation where like Megan was kind of like, you know, you can go on your own if you want, and she's very good like that. And I was kind of going, I could, but then I'd still have to fund.
that's exactly what
Japan at
Gemma said to
Christmas.
me.
You know what I mean?
If you want to go,
And we
you
got
go.
good ones. yeah. But like, just because it's like that Jurassic Park, you know, just because you could, you didn't ever stop to think if you should. Like, you know, is this a trap? No, but I don't think she should have cared. But at the same time, I'd come back then, and I know like you walk around those cons and you have your budget. And like, okay, I'm going to go over there. I'm not going to use my credit card. You come back, there's $2,000 in your credit card, and flights to Japan are like 1,500, and you're automatic. That's not a good way to start planning a major snowboarding trip for the Christmas. You know what I mean? It's not. You're on the back foot right away, and that's stressy. So, yeah, no. But yeah, Jim, have you? Would that be a runner or possibility?
Possibility. I think. I mean, like for me, Vita would definitely go to the convention as well. I think she'd get quite a kick of it. We've been to Comic-Con before, and that was good fun going to that together. But I think, just to echo what you guys have said, it's 2 years away. So I could say now, 100% we'll go, but I don't know what's going to happen in 2027. So I would say I'd hope so, but it's too early to tell. But it'll be cool to go. I'd love to go because we could meet so many people like that we've streamed on here in person. That'll be fantastic. That'll be really good. But it's 2027. We'll see. Time will tell.
And it is amazing to like. One of my favorite parts about London was like on the main stage. I don't think I realized how big a deal Star Wars Celebration was until I was there. I really did not. And I'm like sitting there or standing there at the main stage, which you don't have to pay any extra for. I know you can get into panels and stuff like that, but like you're there at the main stage, and I'm having like, you know, I'm having a beer and chatting to Ian is there. Reviews at Rich is there. Lael was there. Justin's Collection was behind. And then, like, surprising, the last person I'm saying, oh yeah, by the way, Anthony Daniels was on the stage, or you know, like Tony Gilroy, Diego Luna, Rosario Dawson. Like, it's kind of like we're just having a beer, chatting to all these people about like, you know, collecting and pop culture and Star Wars. And it's like you have these icons on the stage, and it's like this is so cool, like, you know. So yeah, I find that booking seeing if I have that time off is the first hurdle, and then securing tickets is the second. But I find if I book a flight, it's happening. I think that's the binary. So we got some super chats here. Graham, man, you should have hit me up. You have an open invite. You should have come on the channel, but you could be spending time with family or something like that. Thanks very much for the comment. Great show, fellas. Been watching on my day off. I'd love to go to Star Wars Celebration if I could shack up with someone. Folks, Graham needs a couch. You heard it here first. He needs a couch for April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of 2027, somewhere around the Los Angeles Convention Center area. He will keep the fridge stocked with beer, and he will have whiskey as well, and maybe even cigars. I think that's a fair trade. I don't want to speak for Graham. He's going to have to chime in and let us know if they're acceptable terms. Gio, can I sleep over at your house in 2027? I also hate crowds. Yeah, crowds and a hangover. Not so good.
He's got good bourbon taste as well.
Yeah, he does. He's a man of culture. He's a man of culture. Moose is looking for a bed as well. I'm telling you, there's going to be... The Airbnbs are going to be maxing out their prices. Cigars and whiskey on me. That's a good deal, man. That's a good deal. I reckon people are going to start DMing Graham now. They're going to be like, no, I want him. He's got the good cigars. All right, folks. So I think we're going to leave it up there. There's a smell. There's a whiff of drops in the air. I reckon tomorrow morning there'll be something. It just... Got the gut feeling.
Which IP?
Star Wars. Yeah. Has to be Star Wars. Like, just surely an announcement or release or something. Yeah, I'd imagine
Jungle Hunter. Let's do
well, I don't think
Jungle
it'll
Hunter.
be Baze.
Could be.
Right? I made that point about Tokyo. Baze wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think
true.
he's not happening. And I'm disappointed in that, so...
Man, never say never. I don't think it's the most outrageous thing. All right, folks. Going to end it there unless anyone has anything to promote.
Nope,
Okay, folks, we're out of here.
Oh, good.
Just remember, thanks very much to anyone who's taken the time to watch any of this video live or on the replay. We appreciate you too. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, share it. Consider becoming a channel member. Drop a super chat or whatever. Super thanks. The giveaway is on Revenge of the 5th. It'll be live on the Hope Show. I'm actually really looking forward to that ridiculous amount of ducks. And on that note, out of here. All right. Good luck, folks. See you later.
See ya.